So this will begin our journey into hearsay. And hearsay is easily the most complicated thing in all of evidence and one of the more complicated concepts in law generally. We tend to have a view of hearsay as overhearing two other people talk. But even if someone says something to you directly and you want to testify in court to what someone has told you, the officer says, the bridge is washed out, and you want to testify in court, the officer told me the bridge was washed out. That would technically be hearsay. There's an exception that would let that in, but at the first level, it doesn't matter that the officer was speaking to you. By the same token, if you said to the officer, I told the officer the bridge was washed out, you couldn't come to court and say, I told the officer that the bridge was washed out, unless there's another exception that lets that in, and in fact there is. But at the first level, in understanding hearsay, understand that whether you overhear two other people talking, whether you're talking to someone else, or whether you're saying something, that is going to qualify as hearsay unless it fits one of the caveats that we'll talk about either in the definition or in the exceptions that we get to. Hearsay is an out-of-court declaration, and let me share the screen with you for the charter course. Let me find, there we are. And there it is. So this is governed by Rule 801, definitions that apply to this article and exclusions from hearsay. So I'm just going to start with the first part of it. This is a very complicated, though short rule, but I just want to start with the first part of it. We're going to learn that hearsay, skip down to C, focus your attention on C. Hearsay means a statement, and we're going to define statement above, but I wanted to come back and give you the whole definition. Hearsay means a statement that the declarant, we're going to get to what the declarant means, does not make while testifying at the current trial or hearing. All these words are incredibly important. And a party offers this evidence to prove the truth of the matter asserted. Those are a very small number of words, but can get very complicated. So let me walk you through, first of all, the definitions that are included in this definition of hearsay. Statement. What does a statement mean? A person's oral assertion, whether written or spoken, or nonverbal contact. Where's the guy who shot you? If I do that and I point to somebody, that is a statement. That is intending to convey to another person that I'm identifying the person. If you remember from some of the civil rights movies, the identification of the men who killed Emmett Till, the witness stands up and points in the courtroom. Very, very powerful moment. Pointing is assertive conduct, or it can be. Actually, it usually is. The declarant is the person who makes the statement. No more complicated than that. The declarant is the person who makes the statement. All right, so now let's go back to our definition. The declarant makes this statement, or is a statement, means a statement that the declarant does not make while testifying. So anytime you make a statement other than one that is during the course of testimony at the trial at issue. So if you testify in trial 1 and we bring the statement in from trial 1 for trial 2, even though you were under oath, subject to cross-examination, anything you said at trial 1, also hearsay. A party offers to prove the truth of the matter asserted. So two big things. First one is that no matter where this out-of-court statement is made, no matter who made it, whether it was you, whether you heard it being said directly because it was told to you, or whether you overheard it, all those things are hearsay. That the party offered for the truth of the matter asserted. This is a very complicated concept. For the truth of the matter asserted, if the statement doesn't depend on the truth, let's say we're trying to figure out why everyone ran out of the building. And the reason everyone ran out of the building is because I yelled fire. If you're offering my statement that I yelled fire for the fact that there was a fire in the building, then you're offering my statement for the truth of the matter asserted. If you're simply trying to show why everyone ran out of the building, and so someone calls me to testify or calls someone else to testify, did Oliver yell fire? Objection, Your Honor, hearsay. The proponent of the evidence, the proponent of my testimony or the statement that I said fire, could then respond, Your Honor, we're not offering this to show there actually was a fire. We're offering this testimony to show why people ran out of the building. It's irrelevant whether Oliver falsely claimed fire or was actually reporting a fire. We're trying to simply establish why people ran out of the building. If that's why you're offering the statement, to show why someone did something, to show that someone knew something, to show that someone had heard something, then it's irrelevant that the underlying statement is in fact true. You're offering it to show something else. And if you're offering it to do something other than prove that the content of the underlying statement was true, fire. If you're offering that to show why people ran, then you are not offering it for the truth of the matter asserted. You're offering it to show why people ran. If you're offering the statement fire to say that there was a fire in the building, then you are offering it for the truth of the matter asserted. And you would have to call me, the person who yelled fire, to the stand to testify unless one of the other exceptions applies. And we'll find that many of the things we're talking about will have other exceptions that do in fact apply. But at this first level of defining hearsay, this example will get you a long way. If someone yells fire and you're offering that statement to show that there was a fire, Oliver yelled fire because there was in fact a fire, you're offering it for the truth of the matter asserted, and it's going to be hearsay. If you're offering it to show that it was that I yelled fire falsely, or you don't care whether I offered it falsely, you're offering it to show why people ran and someone broke his leg, then you're not offering my statement for the truth of the matter asserted, and it's not hearsay. Now, the fire example, there's going to be another exception that will let that in, true or false, doesn't matter. And that's going to be the exception for excited utterance. Just wanted to let you know so that when you get there, you won't say, oh, the fire example doesn't work. We're only offering it to ask whether it fits into the definition of hearsay at all. And if you're offering fire to say there was a fire, it's going to be hearsay, subject to an exception, but it's going to be hearsay. If you offer it to say this is why people ran, it's not even hearsay at all. You're just offering it to show why someone did something else. And then that's not hearsay.